gravel, I fear it needs a safety car to get it out. So the
show with the 15-minute races.
Absolutely. And I think he sort of had to pull off the road. It looked like it was all smoky, and he tried to get out of the way and has ended up in the gravel. He didn't spin into it, as far as I could see. Admittedly, there's a building in the way.
Allaway leading from Tom Carey. Where's Southgate?
We're going to go safety car, by the way.
Third is Rick Wood. Fourth is Tim Bates in the Broomos livery portion. Then it is Rob Burley as fifth. They've tried this time. Then it is the Big Jag.
Safety car deployed. Lights are now red. I think they realised that in 15 minutes there was no chance of anything very much to go back. Okay. So yeah, there's one heading, as you say, up the circuit, and then the other one coming out of the pit lane. So we are, unless there are two cars in the gravel. As I say, this is all hidden behind the hospitality building on the inside of Old Hall. But first Stevenson's engine's far up. And at the very back, Anthony Hayes with his Mini as well. So let's see what progress Rick Wood can make in the glorious-looking Cologne Capri. That car, like anything Rick Wood drives, immaculately presented and also very quick.
This is the car that Liam Lawson demonstrated on the streets of London for some kind of advertising film.
Yeah, Red Bull have been doing all sorts of very smart little orangey land may have a problem. That was slow coming out of Old Hall.
Yes, it was. It's now down with the Golf of Dewar, but Allaway. And over the top of the brow bursts the Esprit of Allaway. Nicely turned into his locks. Able to speed into the
He's about to lose out, in fact, because Bernard Foley makes a big dive up the inside and gets ahead of the Golf going into Old Hall Corner. So Bernard Foley up into 6th, Irvin's 7th, Paul Dolan is 8th, Donald Dewar's Golf is 9th, and Melvin Hooker going nicely in the Group 44 livery.
Like he's in trouble.
Yeah, he had a drama or two in qualifying, so that's disappointing. The old Euro car in trouble. So the race leader was 1.4 seconds to the good at the end of the opening lap. Simon Allaway charges off.
Burnley then Foley, Irvine and the number 83 Harwood. Ryder did that, then on
not that much of a turnaround time between races.
No,
so if you're in trouble in this, you might be in trouble for both.
Since Tom Carey's got a bit close to Simon Allaway. Big V8 opens up. Early on his own in that kind of Zack-Speed Capri livery on the Prelude.
Behind comes Simon Allaway then, so the Esprit look-alike is clearing the race lead. From in second spot, Tom Carey, the margin now 2 points between them. That was better than the rest. Third, with Tim Baker. Oh, yes he is now, because Rickwood's got a problem. The car's slow coming down the straight. I think that was more Rick missing a gear than anything else. It certainly hesitated, and the gap absolutely hard, and Tim Baker. So turnabout, and it's a very, very big gap between second and he's still not arrived. Fourth is Rod Burley now because Ringwood is in the pits. Fifth is Bernard Foley in the MGB. Sixth there, Ross Irvine in the Golf. Seventh now becomes Nolan and Ringwood. There's barely anything to choose between those two. 6/10 between the Golf and the Fiesta.
And Irvine in the green, R-Works Golf, is trying to go up the left-hand side of Foley in the lonely MGB. And we go to my side of the next
Goy in those two nose to tail at Old Hall. And this lap from Simon Allaway sets him the fastest of the race. Number 2, absolutely fast. Second back to the LBARC Northwest Centre Sports Saloon Days. He comes through using his ultimate knowledge to win investigative 1:44.8 as the fastest lap, nearly qualifying yesterday. In second spot, Tom Carey, 4.3 seconds back in that Porsche 911. Although last time Rod Burley was a little bit quicker. Now I wonder whether that gap is going to come down sufficiently. There's probably time for 2 more laps after this.
Unfortunately, the Irvine Golf is broken. It's spluttering past us.
Oh dear.
And we've got Dewar and side by side.
Off Bernard Foley, who in turn has sorted out Paul Dolan's very, very smart elan. That's getting better now in 6th place. Improving his lap times, but not on the pace of the MGB ahead of it. So the leading 6 through 7 should now become. Number 18, well, it won't be this, but number 17 on the Stewart on the distant roll one goal right behind him.
Otherwise, that's point going up.
On the clock, a flying lap is a minute and 44. Ross Irvine is in the pits. The leader comes over the line and has 4 back markers to worry about. The leader, who is oh so careful coming through Old Hall, Simon Allaway picks his way through the traffic, and Tom Carey 5.2 seconds back in 2nd place. So the Arvax Golf cars in pits.
Foley has come through the Golf, and the argument comes to a halt underneath my commentary box here at Nickelbrook.
Tim Bates goes through in 3rd spot now. The car looking ever so rapid, but he's a long way adrift now by half a minute plus. Tom Carey. the Golf, Fiesta and Jaguar fight. A car we haven't really touched on, but it is still going, is Anthony Hayes in the Mini.
Well, leaders note from sales, it comes to a whole bunch of black markers, but Gary suddenly has come alive here. Got that Greg and Noel and Burley and both people on his right, Turbo,
Darren Scholes. So, clock ticks on down, last lap board goes out then for Simon Allaway, stretching the margin again over Tom Carey, and Sunshine breaks through. 16 seconds on the clock at Old Hall, a second and a half is the margin, and then the lap. BMW, they come through together, the Jägermeister liver in Capri. Yeah, I think Tom Carey is going to fall away now that the road is clear again ahead of Allaway on this last lap. The gap second to third, doesn't it? Tim Bates down to Old Hall. Rick Wood's Capri is heading back to the paddock, I'm afraid to say. The clock has hit zero, so check the flag for this time.
Again, Carey closes right up. He's got the off. Very, very close to Allaway and Scholes down. Allaway tried to tighten his line, and it was very, very close between the cars.
Okay, right, so checkered flag is ready. Donald Dewar is just coming over the line. He's on target for 6th place. Lucas Driver for 7th. Melvin Hooker in 8th place. Tim Cairns 9th. And on that, the race leader will emerge very shortly because the charging Lotus Esprit now emerges from dear lead. Checkered flag waved. So Simon Allaway with a good win is victorious from Tom Carey's Honda CRX look-alike in 2nd place. The gap at the end 1.6 seconds. And those quite a long way before Tim Bates.
Who's had a very lonely race. David VTO. One big turbo.
He's off the Steve Mole BMW. Colin Claxton's cancelled. Smith takes the